My friends, we're in a listen to me, we're in a deeply, deeply complicated place where we've always worried about fronting and impressing others, and that used to be 13 people, and now we live complete public lives, and it's everybody. So it's compounded. Everybody's taking a hike on the weekend for the Instagram photo, not for the fucking hike. People are right now subconsciously, you don't even realize that you're doing it. Right now, if you took a step back, you can't imagine how much you're thinking about your holiday vacation predicated on the photos you post versus the vacation itself. We live in a world where people yearn for affirmation or compliments, which makes them wildly vulnerable to booing. The reason so many of you struggle and you don't post with a negative hater is because you overvalue compliments, which make you vulnerable to negativity. This is something we really need to start talking about. Like, why are you here? I assume if you've decided to spend money on a Monday afternoon and listen to this shit, that you're looking for something, which is cool. My curiosity is what? Because for me, if you're looking for tactics, they're so easy. I've been telling you, how many people here follow me? What, you think you're gonna get something crazy up here today? You know exactly what I'm gonna fucking say. I feel like Aerosmith up here. I'm not playing new music, I'm gonna play the fucking classics. I've learned in the last decade especially, but kind of always knew, right place, right time, right analogy, right moment, right? Like, to me, it's been fascinating to watch people consume my content. You know, what's great about how I do it and how I recommend you do it is read your comments, read your DMs, read your, I know a lot of you are mad I haven't texted you back. I get fucking 4,000 of them a day. I'm texting 300 back. I just can't fucking catch up, but I'm telling you, I read that shit. And the reason I read it is it allows me to know what I need to talk about here. You think I knew that people were fucking super sad because their parents were paying for shit? I didn't know that. My parents didn't pay for my shit, so I could have never known that. It was the thousands of emails in the last 5 years that I've read from kids in their 20s who finally reconciled the fact of like, oh fuck, my unhappiness comes from the fact that my parents are secretly paying for my life, which consciously and subconsciously makes me feel like a fucking loser. Let me tell you something right now. You want to get happy real fast? I don't know how many people this is going to work for in this room, but if you're in this camp, if you are over the age of 22 and your parents pay for anything on some real shit, you need to leave this conference, call your parents and say, I'm never taking another fucking dollar from you. There is nothing more obvious to me out of all the listening I've done in the last half decade, that the thing I just said is leading to a stunning amount of bad. A bad between the kid and the parents, a bad about that kid. All they're doing is taking that money to look like they're doing something, which starts corroding you subconsciously in a way that you cannot imagine. I'm telling you, living on your own 2 feet is foundational to happiness. The resentment that you're creating towards your parents and the resentment that your parents are going towards you is remarkable. It's really funny. 40-year-old crowd and higher, go up. You guys remember when we were growing up, if your parents were going to help you, you borrowed money. You paid it back. We're not living there anymore. And that's amazing. And I know, listen, as somebody who grew up with not a little and has a lot now, I look at my kids, I want to, but I want them to be happy, not look like they're successful.
I don't think that success is like a lot of people believe it is, and for any really successful person. I think that everybody's always struggling. And what happens is, you just struggle at a higher level. It's like learning how to ski or play some sport, and you're just kind of doing this higher thing, but it doesn't feel like that. It just feels like I'm struggling. And I think it's, and it's a good feeling. The way I think of it is, I've always thought that it's like, in order to be successful in life, you have to cross a jungle. Or you can stay on the other side of the jungle and not cross the jungle. But if you choose to cross the jungle has all sorts of things that can do you harm and bite you and everything along those lines. And so the best way to do that is to go into that with people who can see things differently and watch themselves and struggle to make it to the other side. And then what I've discovered along the way is that it's always a struggle, and I enjoy being in the jungle. I don't want to get to the underside. I don't want to get out. So that's what it feels like to me.
Then what's your advice to these small business founders today?
Work hard. You're going to need some luck, but the harder you work, the luckier you get. And if it doesn't work out, that's not the end of the world. I just don't have anything in common with people that sit there and say, oh my God, it was terrible. It was terrible. It's water over the dam, under the bridge. Get on with it and start another business the next day or another career. And be honest, look in a mirror and say, why didn't it work out? Well, it wasn't the skill set, or I didn't have the temperament for it, or I was in the wrong place, wrong time. Maybe I can afford to do it again, maybe I can't. But people aren't honest with themselves. What I've always done is I've taken a yellow pad, I draw a line down the middle, write out the pros on one side, the cons on another, in a sense that if I let you see it, you wouldn't laugh at me. And then when I get done, I just rip it up and throw it away, because I've worked out in my mind what is real and what isn't, and what I can present to people and what I can't.
I think many kids and many grown-ups do figure out over time what their passions are.